Good morning, good morning. We are back for more. Hello, I am Leonard Robinson, the Big Daddy, and we are proceeding with our scene of our kids from a little short film that I'm working on right now. In this scene, we have these four kids that are jumping into the scene and they are hugging one another. And I do these tutorials in real time so that the viewer can follow what I'm doing, to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. The purpose for that is that I believe that it's a little bit more helpful to you to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, so that in some ways that makes a lot more sense to you. If you're making your own film and you have a scene like this is just something that you can look at and maybe get some information from. Every animator works in a very different manner. We all have our own specific ways of working. And I believe it's good to be able to share what you do because that can be helpful to someone else. So, in our last scenario, we were looking at how each pose is getting us to the next thing now. So, as the characters come into the frame, um, each character has to position themselves to get to the final spot where they need to be. So at this point, I'd say that everybody is kind of progressing to where they need to be, but it is fast. I think the timing isn't quite what we want, but we haven't been really dealing with timing just now. But we're still trying to put drawings in here to sort of smooth things out. So let's continue along that line. So we'll start back at the first drawing, and each of these drawings now is being held 3 frames. We're going to add a drawing after the first frame to indicate that we're going to add an in-between in there. So we'll go through each character and see how we can progress that character along a frame at a time. So we have Lenny here. Lenny is the black kid in the foreground. And so what we're going to do with him is and I'm going to pull this. I'm working in Rough Animator, by the way, if you're wondering what the program is, for those that are new. Rough Animator is a very inexpensive uh, animation program that you can buy. This desktop version that I'm using is $10. You should be able to, you probably could get it from the Apple Store. Rough Animator was originally created for the iPad. However, you can get it for Windows or Mac. So you can also get it as an app on your desktop computer. What I'm doing here is I'm going to grab Lenny with my select tool here. And the reason why I'm kind of going around him is because I know I'm going to have to erase stuff out, and I want to have less things to erase out as possible around him. So we'll go copy, go to the blank frame, click on that, and then hit paste. So now that's in that new spot. So now we want to move Lenny because he doesn't really, he's moving, but he's really not, his position is changing, but his body attitude is not changing that much. So now, and you can see this by if I go step, 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 you see how he's just coming into the frame. Alright, so now what we can do is finish him off here, you see. And by just going in here and you can probably see some of the in-betweening, because with Rough Animator, like most animation programs, it'll show you when you have the onion skin feature on, which is on the very bottom left of the screen here. You can see the position that you're at and the one you're going to. In Rough Animator, the black line is where you start, and the green line is where you're headed to. So that would be the green line would be the in between that you're getting to. So when I play this and we just look at Lenny, you can see that that extra drawing smooths Lenny out just a little bit. So at this point, I'm just going to add that one frame on Lenny. All right, so now let's go to Nora, who is the same. Nora is she's the girl in the back behind Lenny. She's here on that frame, and then she's here on this frame. So I think what we can do with Nora is let's take our select tool and let's grab Nora as much as we can. Yeah, since Nora is overlapping Lenny, we're just going to have to take our chances here. So we'll grab Nora as best we can, copy, and we'll go backwards and paste. So now what we can do with Nora is we can move her backwards a bit to sort of approximate where her in-between position might be. Okay, so if we go ding, 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 we can see that's not too bad. That shows you where Nora sort of was, and is. But you can see we got a mess in here with the hand. What I'm going to do here is go back to fit the window so that we can see this a bit bigger. And then so what we're going to do here on this frame is we're going to erase out all of the area where where Lenny's hands are covering her face. I'm going to get rid of all of that. Okay. I think, yeah, there's that hand finger in there. If we had put all these characters on separate layers, it certainly would make things easier to break up, but we didn't. Let's see. So, okay, we got Nora's mouth there. Now, we could do this. We could grab just Nora's mouth since we can see it here and put it in there. So let's go. Let's say we'll copy that, go to that middle frame, and paste it. Then we can move the mouth down. Let's see. Yeah. And if we go ding, 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 see, that works. We need to finish off the side of Nora's head. Let's see. Okay. So now we got to be careful with her hair. Is probably maybe something like this. We're guessing with the hair. We're not real sure where the hair is. So it's just an educated guess. Generally speaking, you're probably, it's not a big, huge deal. Because, the audience can only see a certain finite amount of details. Okay, now Nora's back leg. I think what we'll do with the back leg here is we'll maybe try to create another in-between in here that I think might be more appropriate. Because you see her leg is straight there, but it's bent here. So maybe what we can do here is, okay, yeah, so see her leg is kind of come up, so her knee would have to bend, something like so. So you see it's there, then it's there, then it's there. You see how I bent that? So now let's follow through on that. But you see how you're having to follow through on each thing on the character to find how it's moving and adjust for that. So they're there, there, there. All right, now let's go over to Miguel and Jason. So let's bring the image down again. Let's see. And we'll move it over so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we've got, so Miguel is here, and then he's going to be there. So he doesn't change, his body doesn't change too much. So I would say we can grab either frame here. Yeah. So, well, I would say let's grab our select tool. We'll grab the first frame of Miguel here, and Miguel is just barely clear of Jason. So let's grab the entire image of him. We will copy it, go to our blank frame and paste it. Then we'll move Miguel so that he is, his head and body are in that middle position. I tend to make the head action on a character. When I'm looking for the in between. I tend to be a little bit more. I follow the in between on the head more than I do anything else because, well, I think it's because obviously the head is harder to in between correctly. So if I put the in between on the head, it's going to be better. Now I'm going to grab Miguel's arm here because I can tilt his arm. See, I can pivot it, and I grabbed his arm with the select tool here on that in between, and then there's a little pivot point in the middle of this thing which I can grab and put it right up at his shoulder. Then I should be able to move his arm. You see, there we go. See, so I moved his arm a little bit so that it looks like. Let's go 1, 2, 3 there. It looks like his arm is moving into that position. 1, 2, 3. See how we did that? This is the beauty of the technology that we have today. It just makes our lives so much easier. Because in the back in the day, you had to draw everything. And while there's nothing wrong with doing the extra work, if you don't have to, you don't have to. Now, like on the back arm here, I can erase this arm, see, because he's gonna move that arm backwards. If you go to the end position, see, that's where his arm is there. So what you can do here is I could grab the back arm like this. I could copy that, go 1 frame back, paste it. Then I can move it slightly out. I know that's where it's going to end up. And then move the pivot once again to where it would connect where the shoulder really would be. And then I can tilt the arm down. So now if I scroll that, see if I go 1, 2, 3, you can see how that arm is going, kind of coming up. Well, or I could just physically in between it. Yeah, I kind of think maybe, let me just physically in between it. I think it probably would look better if I just drew it. Let's see. So we're here, and we're going to be there. So my thinking is, okay, his arm is probably going to come back. Realistically, his arm is probably going to be down more here to swing out. So we got 1, 2, 3. You see, now his arm has gone up more. Well, then I can erase this and maybe adjust that a little bit too. So let's see. Yes, look, it's going up a bit. So maybe, um, see, in the old days of working on paper, we'd roll the drawings and you kind of see this a little better. So you go 1, 2, 3. I'm not crazy about that. Let's see. We could fix this more. Let's see. Let's see if the arm is where it should be. Okay, so the arm is kind of unfolding. Doesn't quite look right. And see, this is something that you know you really almost don't even see it. But depending on you as an animator, how you feel about what you're drawing, if you like what you're seeing or you don't like it, you keep fiddling with it until you get it to a place that you're happy with. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, that's not too bad. I can live with that. All right, now the other thing is his legs. So his legs are definitely not where we want them to be. So we'll go to that middle drawing. We'll erase the legs out completely. Because okay, see, because the first leg is up, and then it's going to be down. See, so we need to have that middle drawing needs to show that his leg has straightened out and gone down. And then the back, the leg that was straight, has got to bend, doesn't it? Right. So it's got to bend to get to that middle position. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so we got Miguel. All right, so now we need to get Jason. So Jason's in the air there, and then he's up to here. Okay, so, well, we could, let's see. Well, we can grab, all right, how about this? We'll grab, we're select tool. We'll grab Jason in the air here, and we'll copy that, go back 1 frame, and paste it. Then we'll move Jason back so that he's in the air. He's brought his legs up, which actually is pretty good because that's kind of what we need to have him do. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now he's brought his legs up. I mean, we could in between his legs coming up, or we could live with what we've got. Well, you could. I could just have his legs up because I could get away with that because when a character is coming into a position, you can, get into that position quickly. That doesn't necessarily hurt anything. Let's see. Yeah. That's not bad. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do on this is, I think I'm going to put this on 2s. Put everybody on 2s. Right now, everything is 3 frames. 2s is going to go faster, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Let's see. I think I'm also going to have, as I'm looking at the scene, I think I'm also going to add some stuff at the end when they're hugging, I think, because I kind of sense that I need a settling position at the end. so that it kind of registers that they've not just made a contact, but that they actually hug each other in that last pose. I don't think we really see it. In fact, I don't know. Let me think here. If they got to here, yeah, I almost kind of think that once they get, I just had a thought. I wonder what would happen if I, nah, this could be kind of fun. Let's see. I'm going to make this last frame um, 4 frames. And I'm going to do a, let's see, duplicate after. Now watch here. So what I'm doing is I've just put an extra frame at the end here. I'm going to grab my select tool. I'm going to grab everybody. And I'm going to put a pivot, and I'm going to pivot the entire group here. Like this. So it's like they're leaning one way and the next here. So let's see. This could be kind of fun. Let's see. So like maybe this is funny. It's funny how you get ideas. So like her leg, yeah. Um, okay, you're gonna see what I'm doing here in a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Oh gosh. Let's see. So let's see. We got that and that. Then all right, and okay. So okay, and then I'll go duplicate after. And then I'm gonna grab them all again and tilt it back the other way. Okay. And let's see. So if I do that, then let's see. Maybe. See, I have an idea here, and I think it's going to work, but I won't know until I really do it. Let's see. So maybe I'll just put that leg there. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. You see what I did? I have them hugging each other there. Okay. Maybe yeah, so just by tilting them all together. Let's see. I'd say okay, what did I do there? Let's see it. Let's see. That was these are 4 frame. Okay, so let's make these longer. Let's try 6 frames. 6 frames for these last 3 drawings. See what we get that way. All right, play. Yeah, it's just to see it. Yeah, see, they were hugging. So you see what I did? What I did was I grabbed the entire group and I moved the bodies, but you know I'm going to have to adjust for certain little things that are going to swing and move a certain way. That's kind of fun. All right, well there you go. So you can see that you know the technology, the software of being able to tilt parts of the body and do stuff saves you work, but at the same time, it can give you an effect that you might want. All right. Well, we'll stop here. We're at 25 minutes now. So, um, yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. So, all right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget to thank God for the talents and gifts that you have. We all have something from the Lord. We need to be reminded of the goodness of God. Whether you're Christian or not, God has blessed us all with something very special. So I give him praise and I thank you, Father, for the gifts you've given me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't forget, Jesus is Lord.